Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, good evening, or perhaps good morning, depending on where you are tuning in to us live on this afternoon for this dreary afternoon for me here in the wonderful San Francisco Bay Area. Thank you for joining us today as I get to show off some of the amazing new features that we've released for our WeVideo multimedia creation product over the last quarter. As we're all gathering here live today, if you need to ask a question or you have a comment or you want to share something that you've done with the product, please, of course, use the comment section in the chat. I'll do my best to get a response out to you as quickly as I can. If I notice it right away, I will. If not, I can always follow up after the presentation's over today, after our time has ended here. I am Ryan. If you've been tuning into a lot of our content recently, you might recognize me as the co-host of Quick Tips and one of the main hosts of our webinars here. I am WeVideo's Director of Customer Engagement, and I'm so pleased to be with you today to share all about our new features. As we're getting rolling here, if you want to post a comment in the chat also about where you're viewing from, how you use WeVideo in your context, that would be awesome to see. And I can kind of know who's viewing us live today. There was a little bit of confusion over the start time of this webinar. There were a couple different times floating around, so apologies if this was earlier than expected. But if you can't view us live or you can't stay for the whole time, the video will be on demand for you on our YouTube channel, but also through StreamYard. And we'll send this out in a follow-up email as well, so you can access this and share it with others that might benefit from seeing all of the new features of our product. So before we get going today, I just kind of want to set us up for how the session is going to run. I'm going to go through all of the new features, not all, but most of the heavy hitters, as we say, the features that we've released that we really feel like can help you get started quickly with video creation in the classroom. And I'm going to go through all of those in a slide deck format, let you know, what they are, what we used to have, and who they're meant for. And then I'm going to get into a live product demonstration to show you all of the different features that we've released. And then we're going to go into some fun resources, some opportunities to engage with WeVideo for the remainder of this calendar year, including our creative challenges, including our WeVideo certification program, and introduce you to our Quick Tip show and show you where to get access to that so you can go and continue your learning journey with WeVideo. So the title of today's episode is New Features to Help You Get Started Quickly with Video Creation. And that's really what we're going to focus on. And we're going to focus on those features, as I mentioned, that can really help accelerate the creative process or get you started right away if you're new to the product, or if you have students that might be new to the product. These features are really going to, most of these features are really going to help you start there. And then there's a few, heavily requested or long time requested features that have finally come out in the product that we're really excited to share with you today as well. So half of the product demonstration today is going to be about teacher templates. Previously at WeVideo, we had the ability for administrators to create templates and share those. Now we have the ability for teachers to create and share templates. And I'm going to show you all the different ways you can do that. I've got some examples that I've pre-made for you. I'm going to take you through how to make the template, how to modify the template, how to publish it, and how to make sure that you can actually access this feature. Because in some accounts, it might be that the administrator needs to toggle on the ability for you to share. So I will point all of that out. But there's other things you can do with templates now. In our assignments designer, if you're using WeVideo classes and assignments, you can now use a project that you've created in your own account and use that as the starting blocks for an assignment to push out to students. It's a super cool feature. It'll save you time in building starting blocks if you need that media making scaffold for your students. And we've got the ability now to take a project that you've already done in your account and attach that to an assignment as a story block that comes with the timeline template as well as the media you're going to suggest for your students that you've used in your sample project or a project you've done previously. So super exciting use of templates. We've also got storyboard mode now built into our assignment designer. That's another way to help our younger creators access the product. We've got storyboard mode right now, and just in projects, it's kind of disassociated from assignments. But if you have younger students, kindergartners, first graders, second graders, and you're using video in the classroom with those students and providing them media making opportunities, storyboard mode's an excellent way to present them with a really, really simple way to get started. We brought our background removal that we have currently in our mobile app to our Chrome extension. So I'm going to share with you what that feature looks like, how you can access that, and all the cool things you can do with it. We have a long requested feature release that came out just after the back to school time period, and we now have freeform rotation. Previously, you were only able to rotate clips or images at 90-degree increments, and now you have 360 degrees of freeform rotation. And then custom backgrounds. We've expanded our suite of customization in the solid color backgrounds that I will show you as well. But let's jump in to assignments and templates. And I'm going to go through, I kind of gave you a high level of what this was at the top, but I'm going to kind of dive deeper into this and talk about each feature that's related to templates, what it's for, what we used to have, and what's new about it. And there's some screenshots here that you'll be able to see. And when we get into the product, I will demonstrate all of the parts of these different ways that you can utilize templates in your account. So first of all, as I said, teacher created templates. It's for all teachers in multi-user accounts. You must have a classroom plan. So if you just have a teacher plan, this doesn't apply to you. But if you have a classroom plan and you're able to access multiple users, so students or other teachers in your account, you will have the ability to create templates. Again, as I said, only admins could create templates previously, but now you as a teacher can convert existing projects to templates or create new templates and share those and publish those for other teachers and admins in your account so that they can use those with students, so that you can, work collaboratively with others to create templates that maybe you have a sixth grade social studies team that wants to do a similar project for WeVideo, but you need a template to get started, or you're a news casting group or a media arts elective group of teachers and you need templates to easily and quickly replicate projects and make sure the timeline is similar each time. This is a great feature to make use of that and collaborate across different teachers and different users. So really excited to show you that. The other thing I mentioned was you can add projects as starting blocks and assignments. And this is for folks who are using the assignment features. Now, we believe that any teacher who's using our product with students can access the assignment features. I'm going to show you a couple different ways to do that. But what you can do now is you can, in the assignment designer, when you're setting up your starting blocks, which is that media template and that media bin, you can now attach a project. So you can either start building the timeline from scratch itself, or you can add from your list of projects and it'll populate right there. That template, so to speak, will then get attached to that assignment. So when it's published for your students will be able to have a scaffolded media timeline and a place to start with their media that they can add to, modify, replace. It's really the value here is if you need something that you want to replicate because you do something over and over again each year, and you want students to have an example of what their finished product could look like, or if you have younger learners or you have students who are just getting used to multimedia creation, it's a great building block to up to a blank timeline, right? Using stock media before you might use footage, external footage, or uploaded media, right? And these starting blocks will help you kind of get your students to that place where they're building a little bit more independently of your examples. So super cool addition to the product in relation to templates. And then lastly, with storyboard assignments, this doesn't necessarily have a template associated with it, but again, you can use starting block setup if you have storyboard projects. That will also work in the starting block setup for storyboard assignments. If you've not seen storyboard mode, Today is your day. I will preview what that looks like. It's really a pared down and simplified version of our full-featured editor, and it's designed for younger students that may be intimidated by the timeline stack of our full-featured editor. It contains 2 tracks, video and audio, and allows for more horizontal display of the content rather than horizontal and vertical as we have in our full-featured editor. So just more accessible, easier to use, much better for usage on an iPad or a tablet because you can drag and drop still, but it really just has those 2 tracks and they're large tracks. And so it makes a little bit more sense for a tablet size screen than it might or it applies a little bit better, I would say, for a tablet than maybe a desktop. So thinking about you using tablets with younger learners, now we have the ability to use a storyboard assignment in our assignment designer. Okay, and then a couple of really simple and easy to use editing features that we've added to enhance the quality of your life in the classroom and add a little bit more creativity to the projects that you might be doing right now with students. One of those is our background removal for our Chrome extension. So right now we have, again, background removal in the mobile app, but we now brought it into the Chrome extension. So if you were using the Chrome extension, now you can remove your background. You can put a green background up against you and do the chroma keying. So you can do webcam recordings from anywhere in the world, or blur your background, or that kind of thing. So it's a really allows you to not necessarily need to have a green screen to be able to webcam record and remove that green screen. It now allows you to do that, and you can bring that into the editor and use that in your projects. So this does require that you download and install the Chrome extension. So I'll go ahead and show you how to do that today as well. Super cool feature. This is laying the foundation for how we in the future are beginning to think about how we have background removal for in the full featured editor with the camera experience or the capture tools, but also for removing the backgrounds of images and videos. We're starting to begin to think about how that's going to look inside of our full featured product. And so we're baby steps toward that goal by first releasing it in the mobile app and now having it in the background, in the Chrome extension. So again, this is laying the groundwork for some more really great abilities with background removal. And then custom color background. So this is kind of a lighter feature release, but it's and a more colorful feature release, but it's basically enhanced your ability as a user to customize the color options of your solid color backgrounds. So, we have the motion backgrounds, and then we have those solid color backgrounds. And now you're going to be able to, get really granular in the color scheme that you want to use for those solid state backgrounds. So that's something I'll show. And then again, freeform rotation, which is the ability to move a clip or an image more than 90 degrees at a time. Again, as I said a few minutes ago, this has been a long requested feature for our product, and it was finally released in September of this past quarter. And I'm really excited to show that off for you today as well. And then lastly, we've got a new public view page. We've updated the classic look of how when you share a piece of media for folks who are not in your account and you've publicly licensed that for others to view, they'll have a cleaner viewing experience of your content, and it's replacing the kind of classic view page that you've been used to if you've been a longtime user of the product for many, many years. So that's just a small feature, but it's again a quality and improvement change and improvement addition to the product. So it's small, but it does make the experience of sharing and consuming media a lot cleaner and a lot easier. So after you're done making all those amazing videos and you have all these incredible projects you want to share, it's a much easier and way to share it, and a much more cleaner consumption experience for your audience who's going to be consuming your media. All right. As we dive into the product demonstration, I'm going to be switching back and forth through a lot of screens and a lot of accounts because there's a lot of exciting stuff that's accessible by different roles, right? So I'm going to start in our teacher accounts and show you all the different ways that you can create new templates, that you can modify templates, that you can add templates to assignments. And then I'm going to switch over to a student account to show you what that experience looks like of accessing those templates in assignments or accessing those templates through projects. And then I'm going to show you, in case you need to advocate for your administrator to turn that toggle on and let you share, I'm going to show you where to find that information as well. Or if you are an admin or an owner of an account and you want to turn this on, I'll show you where that exists in our settings as well. And then please, anything, if I'm going too fast, remember this is on demand, but if you have a question or you want me to go back and show something, please just drop a comment into the chat and I'd be happy to pause, answer your question, go back and show something again. So please let me know, stop me in my tracks if you want to see something or you want to dive in a little bit deeper to a specific feature that I'm showing you. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and dive into, oops, whoops. Okay, slide over. Okay, so inside of WeVideo now, I'm on my dashboard. I'm in a teacher account, okay? So those of you who are teachers out there, this should be your WeVideo experience. The sidebar has a number of tabs that you are going to be familiar with. The one we're going to be working in today is templates. And projects. So those are the two that I'm showing right now. And then I will get into classes and assignments as we head into that last portion of the template presentation. So really quite simple. There's two ways that you can create a template now in a teacher account. So one of those ways is to go into an existing project, click edit. So you get into the editor and then navigate to the hamburger menu here, select that and click convert to template. So this is if you have an existing project that you've exported or that you're working on, maybe you haven't even exported yet, you can convert this to a template that will then be shared with the rest of your organization. So teachers and admins will be able to use an existing project that you have as a template. So if I hit convert to template, it's going to ask me to name the template and it's going to ask me to publish this live. I'm gonna label this convert so I know that it came from this flow just for my demo purposes. And then I'm gonna click select live, which means this template is now available to all members when creating new projects. And I can easily and simply in a few clicks convert this project into a template. And now it's going to appear here in my templates. And another teacher who's logged into their account will now be able to see this from their templates view. We, of course, still have the WeVideo provided templates, but as you navigate to your My Templates tab, this is where you're going to see all the templates created by others that are shared with you, that either you've created or that have been shared by you. Okay, and it's going to tell you it's going to tell you a few things. It's going to tell you the format. It's going to give you the status. So for administrators that have templates, those can still be viewed in draft form. For teacher templates, if it's in draft, it's not going to be viewed by everyone. And I'll take us through what that flow looks like to convert from a draft to a live. As I showed you, it does that automatically if you convert, but if you're creating one from scratch, there's a couple of steps you need to go through after you've created it to publish it live if you choose not to do that when you export or finish the template. So it'll tell you who it's created by, and it'll tell you the created by date. Now I can search here for templates. I can also change the view. I can filter by live and draft. I can also select a grid view. I like the list view. It just helps me. It's cleaner for me, but you can do that. And so we will go through that flow of creating a new template here. And then I'll show you how to bring that into, excuse me, how to publish that live. So Jessica, I see your question. I will get to that when I get over to the student account. So just hold tight there. I'm going to go through the teacher flow here, and then we'll head over to the student account and look at that experience as well. All right, so to create from scratch, what you're going to do is select the Create New Template button here, and that's going to pull me into the editor. Now, I have some media that's already been added here, and I can now, this is just part of my project bin. So when you're creating templates, media that you've used to create other templates is going to appear in your project bin. If you don't want this media any longer in that project bin when you're creating new templates, you can just unshare it. But what I like about this, that it saves media you've used previously, is that you might use very similar text. Maybe you're using similar images or video to create templates, right? And so you're going to have quick access to media you've already used to create other templates in whatever template you're now creating. If this gets too much for you, I would suggest just right-clicking and selecting unshare, and that will remove it from your project bin. Now, this might seem like a hassle if you're creating a lot of very different and unique templates and you're using a lot of media, but really what this is set up to do is really have media that you've been using frequently saved for you to access over and over again. Like I use very similar, when I'm building templates, I might use very similar sample text styles. And so I want that media readily available to me when I'm coming back to make a new template. So really simple and easy. The template that I made was an activity that I collaborated on a while back, which was taking the idea of the Frayer concept and making it a GIF by having the different text blocks in different quadrants. And I'll show you the example of that template with a moving image saved and converted as a GIF. It's a little bit different than the 4-quadrant Frayer we have in our original templates library. So my template that I created for this example today was a kind of a spin on that, where the Frayer is a 4-quadrant video. I made kind of a 4-quadrant text with one moving image and saved it as a GIF. So it repeats over and over again to share it that way. So that was a template that I'll show you in just a sec. But if we're designing from scratch, I'm going to use a really simple project that I know that we've done here that's a great community building activity. I know we're in November. We might be well beyond facilitating community activities, but something if you have a new class coming in January, or you're an elective teacher and you see kids trimesterally, great ways to get to know those students is the My Personality GIF project. And I can take that from our assignment ideas library, or I can build my own sample as a template to share with other teachers that might want to be doing this same kind of practice. So the way that starts is just, I'm going to find 4 images that represent me. And you're going to see a lot of drums in my work because I am a drummer outside of WeVideo. So I'm going to go ahead and right click and share this to my project. I also enjoy cooking, so I'm going to search for that too. The 2 things you can find me doing mostly when I'm not working at WeVideo are playing my drums or cooking for my family. So I'm going to try to find a good representation of cooking. Let's see. This looks interesting. It's like some kind of lasagna or a casserole. So I'm going to share that to the project. Something else I enjoy is reading. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and search for books. And let's just have like this book. So share this to a project. And then one more thing is I really enjoy hiking. Let's go select hiking. And then let's find a good one. That's a good one. That's very inspirational. So I can share that to the project. And then now that I have my media there for this project as well, you're going to want to select an audio. For me, I'm going to put an audio into this personality GIF template. So I'm going to just select this clip here. I'm going to share that to project. And so now when I go back to my project bin, I've got all the media. Oh, it's manicotti. Okay. That was that pasta dish there. I've got all my media ready. Now I'm going to build my template. Okay. I do need for this, I need 2 more video tracks. So I'm going to relabel that text track because I'm not going to use text in this project. But I'm going to relabel that as a video track. I'm going to quickly add another video and another video because I'm going to stack my images on into each of these tracks. And then I'm going to place them in quadrants and make this a template. So this, again, the reason why I'm kind of going through this exercise is to show you that 1, it's very simple and easy to create a template. And 2, this is something that's going to help scaffold the experience for students. If you need this to be a quicker activity, then you might have time to do. It's a really great way to provide that foundation. All right, so I'm going to start stacking my video clips. I'm going to drag these to the timeline and layer them one on top of one another. Now, you're not going to be able to see some of these because I'm stacking them. And of course, we know that the editor works kind of like what I always use as the metaphor is a pizza, right? Sometimes if you have a lot of toppings on your pizza, you're not going to be able to see the sauce underneath or the cheese. And that's kind of the way it is here with the way we're stacking the media. So I'm going to stack those. I'm going to go ahead and just maybe make this, because it's going to be a GIF. So maybe I'll make it 10 seconds long. I'm going to extend each of these to 10 seconds or 10.3 seconds, dragging as we go. Really easy to do this. And then what I'm going to do is click into one of the clips, and in the preview window, I'm going to turn my grid on because this really helps me as I'm working and editing my media, and especially for a project like this, I'm going to go ahead and use that to guide how big I want my clips to be. So I'm in the transform tab now, and I'm using the scale button to reduce the size of each of these clips to then quickly fill the squares here. I might need to scale it a little bit more up, right? And I'm going to do this rather quickly just so we get the idea. But basically what I'm going to do for each of these ones is click done and go through each of my pieces of media and scale them to fit them in the quadrants. So I'll go here. Now I'm doing this quickly. If I would, I could spend a ton of time on this to get them all exactly correct. And that's what I would encourage you to do. But in the interest of time, I will move a little bit quickly here to show you how the template converts. So grab this one, double click on this clip, scale it down. Okay, move that here. And we'll move that right there. And then we'll make it a little bit bigger. There we go. And then the final clip done. Final clip of the books. We have that, and we'll scale that down as well. Whoop, that one's a little bit, actually, that one will work perfectly for this scale. No, needed a little bit bigger. Just a little bit. Okay, so now I've got my 4 quadrants. Now I'm done. I'm just going to click done, and I'm going to add my audio track here. So it. Okay, and then what I would do is shrink it so it fits, or just split, cut this off here. So I include an audio if I wanted to make this a video. The audio, of course, won't appear if you're using this as a GIF project. But as a template, you can include a piece of audio because teachers or other users can select whether to download this as a video or an MP4 file or export it as a GIF. Those are 2 different options. So always having the ability to have an audio file there is a good practice, just because you might want to do this as a video project instead of now look, I did this quick, so the center is a little bit it's a little bit janky, but I would kind of fix that if I went back and really spent time and fine-tuned this. So now I have this drafted as a template. I'm going to select finish. I'm going to name it me and 4, and I'm going to select live. I can choose my thumbnail, that's fine, and then I'm going to click finish. So now it's going to save my work. Now it's going to appear as a template in my templates library. This is now going to also be shared because it's live. It can now be available to other teachers in your account, which is awesome, right? So if you have a grade level you're working with and one person's just loves to be creative and make these templates, you can have one person make this and then the whole grade level team do it. And it's just a quicker way to accelerate the video creation process in the classroom. To modify templates, you just select the 3-dot menu and then you can modify it. So you can go in and change the timeline. You could duplicate it and modify. You can rename it, of course. You can delete it, or you can adjust the status by selecting template options and move it back to draft form. Draft form as a teacher means that you're going to be, you don't want it live for people yet. You're still working on it, whatever that is. Okay. So, and then you hit convert if you want to convert it back to a draft, or convert if you want to push it live. So if I converted this back to a draft, in the future, what I could do then is go back to the template options and push it live. So again, a lot of control, a lot of the ability for you to pull something back, edit it, and push it out again once you've modified it. Okay, so that's templates for teachers. I'm going to quickly go over what this looks like to assign it as an assignment. So this then would be a project if you selected this, right? So if I came in as another teacher and I had my colleague made me the Frayer GIF or the Me and 4 template, and I went to my templates either from the home page or from my templates tab, I went here and I clicked this, it's going to open into a project for me. So this will be a new project in which I can then adjust my images. If this was me doing my project, I could like search for other things. Maybe I was really into my dog and I could select dogs. and pull this in, shared project, go back to the project bin, grab my dog and replace this. Let me get that toast out of the way. And then replace whatever images I had in here already, hit replace, and it'll replace it in my project. Then I'd have to maybe, depending on the size of the image, adjust it, or the size of the clip, adjust it. But that's how quick it would be to use this as a template and have others replicate your project. Okay, let me hit close and get out of here. So, and then this will stay in your project space, right? So now I have in my project space, I now have my Me and 4 project, which I got as a template. I could do that again and create infinite projects in there. If I was doing this with students from projects and I wanted specific students to collaborate with me, I could create a few of these, add collaborators, and do it as a group project. And so multiple options for you using templates in projects. So then close, and then now in my project space, I have 2 versions of this template project. Okay, now if you want to use this in your classes, after you've created a class and you're designing assignments, you can attach a project as a starting block. So think of this as a version of templates in the sense of you can create now a sample project essentially that can become a template for students inside your class that you're publishing assignments for. So here in my starting block setup, I'm going to now be able to, in addition to adding all the other things that I have here in my assignment designer, and I'll show you, I'll create a storyboard mode one too that we can view from the student side, but this one will be a video project. I can name it, I'll just name it test. And with my description, or actually I'll do Frere GIF, and the description, create a Frere GIF of one of our science words for the week. Okay, so if I was, using this to help students study for or acquire academic vocabulary or study for a vocabulary quiz or a test, this is a really cool way to do that. So what I did here is describe it, made it let's make it a GIF project. We'll have it be individual. I could set a due date or time. I don't want to do that. I can import a cover photo if I wanted to. But really, the meat of this is going to be, I have an example, maybe that I did a project from a template that was provided to me, and now I want to add that project as a starting block. I'm going to be able to do that by selecting add media and starting blocks, add your projects. And now I have these projects here available to me. So that Me and 4 project that I made from that template, or maybe I have a student exit ticket that I made as a template that I want to use as a starting block for students. I can now add that into the assignment for students. It's going to populate a timeline and the media bin. Now I can do further editing on this if I want to, or I can leave it as is, hit close, and then assign. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And now we have this assigned project here. I'm going to go back to my templates because I wanted to do one other thing here, make sure that I had this as a project in here. I guess I did not. So this is what I wanted to, there we go. Okay, then it'll export, but it's going to take a little bit of time. I need to save it as a GIF. That's what I didn't do earlier. Thank you. Live time, live drive, product demo here. I just forgotten to save that Frere GIF as a GIF. So it didn't like that when I saved it as an assignment. So it saved it as a video assignment. That project that I was using, the Me and 4 GIF, was saved as a video and not a GIF. So that was the problem there. So now when I come in here, excuse me, it does still say Frere GIF, but I can make a new assignment. I could delete this one and make a new one if I wanted to. So I have this now assigned. And I wanted to show you one other thing before we go over to the student account in terms of creating an assignment of the storyboard assignment. So I'm going to name this is a test storyboard and my first video. And then I don't have a project in storyboard mode on this account, but I'll just show you what that would look like if you added a project here. Let's say we'll do this one. And then it's going to give you the media, but it's not going to be able to populate the timeline. Okay. So I only used one piece of media in that Frayer GIF. And so if it's not a storyboard project, it's going to be a little funky if you try to convert a project that was made in the full featured editor to storyboard mode. It won't populate the timeline because, again, this is what the storyboard timeline looks like. It's just 2 tracks. It's an audio track, a narration track, and a narration track or a video audio track here. And then so what it's not going to do is populate the timeline for you. You're going to have to do a little bit of finagling there, unless you have a project that's already built in storyboard mode that you can then fill in here. Okay, so I'm going to close that and assign that. So now you're able to assign simpler timeline projects for younger learners through the assignment designer. And again, you can utilize templates as long as you're building templates with that storyboard mode in mind. Okay, so that's from the teacher side of things. So we have the template creation. We've got assigning or creating starting blocks using projects, which essentially act like templates. And then we've got the storyboard mode for younger learners. So now I'm going to move over to the student account here. And I'm in my student account. Now, we had a question about students being able to create templates. Students won't be able to create their own templates, but they can create modified templates. Excuse me. Pardon me. Yes, students have the ability to both modify and create their own templates. And that can also be controlled from the admin panel, which I'll show you how to do once we get over to the admin features. So just so you know, you can modify and create new templates from a student account as well. So if a student has a particularly good project that you want to use for other students as a template, you can do that as well. So if you went to modify it though, so if a student got a project and they wanted to modify the template that was provided to them, you're going to get this pop-up and it's going to say the template is currently live and available for new edits. If you choose to modify it, they're going to change the status to draft, right? So the template's not going to be available until they've changed the status back to live. So if anybody, that's an important thing to keep in mind. If any editing is happening inside of the template, it's going to be moved to draft, and then when it's pushed live, it'll be available again. So that's just something to keep in mind. What I would suggest, instead of modifying the template, the best practice, in my opinion, is to just have them duplicate it, and then they can edit it, and it will automatically duplicate to a draft, so that you're not like messing with the status of a template. So duplicate, then edit. So you might have 2 or 3, but I think that in terms of like student access is a much better practice than having them edit, in real time with the templates that are being created by you. So yes, students have access to that. I'm just going to show you one other thing on the student side in classes. Is this not my student account? Oh, it's not. It's teacher account. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and log out and log into student account here real quick. Maybe 36.com and super secure password as always for my demo accounts. So in the student account here, when you go to your classes page, and now this student is part of the math 4th that I made, I have 2 projects that are available for this student now. And this is the Frayer GIF project that I assigned this starting block template to. I would probably change this because I was doing this on the fly and forgot to save that Frayer GIF. So I used the student exit ticket. But look, this is where the student would start editing to complete the project. So they've been given this full timeline completed along with some media that they can then edit for their own purpose to create their own project. So that is what I showed you in the assignment designer, was accessible to students to begin creating. Again, the templates are available to them here in my template, so they can start a project very quickly from templates that you've provided or templates that they've made. And so the other one that I wanted to show you was that storyboard mode. So if I go back to my classes and I head over to my math fourth and I jump into storyboard mode. This is my test storyboard. And I've got my simple editor here where I'll be able to drag my clips, and I can add audio and more media to my timeline very simply by, again, searching just like you would in our full featured editor through our videos or our images, or adding audio. So if I wanted to add this, share a project, go to the project bin. You can, of course, upload your own media. Why didn't that save? Okay, well, we'll just drag it on here. Okay, there we go. Apologies, that music clip went on for too long, but I was able to add it as an audio clip down here. And I can see that I've been added this to my audio. And basically what I can do now is add transitions or continue adding or even editing the clip from storyboard mode, trimming it, adding filters. So it's just a little bit more accessible for folks that aren't familiar with that full featured editor. It doesn't have to be younger learners. It can be learners of any age, teachers of any age that aren't familiar enough yet with that full featured timeline. You can utilize storyboard mode to get comfortable with multimedia creation. This also, I mean, you can get really detailed with the editing. It's the same editing toolbar that we have in multimedia creation, in our full featured editor, but really this is something that you can kind of teach as you go or graduate to as you get more experience in creating videos. So if I had a video here, I can continue to add these to projects. There's a really cool, just click on it and it'll add it in this horizontal way down here. And I can continue adding media with that blue button that appears here on the media. And that will appear in my project and once I've added it. So really simple and easy way to get students creating in storyboard mode. And now you can create assignments in storyboard mode. Okay, I'm going to transition from this back over to my teacher account. Oh, and that was one thing. I apologize. One other thing I wanted to share with you is if I go into my admin account, so I'm going to log out here. I wanted to make sure you all understand if you don't have the ability to share templates, it's likely because your administrator has not enabled that feature. So let me show you, if you are an administrator or you need to if they are wondering whether or not this is possible, just really quickly. Oh, that's right. So many emails. Okay, so I'm going to log in here to my admin account. And if I navigate to my admin panel and I come to settings, your owner or your administrator who has access to these settings will need to enable the templates. So allow admins to create, modify, and delete custom templates. Yes, if it's toggled off, that won't be possible for admins. And so same with teachers, you're going to need to allow that for teachers as well. So if you're a teacher and you don't see the ability to modify, or create templates, make sure your admin has enabled this feature. And it does need to be enabled. Okay. So make sure that that's happening so that you're able to create and share your templates. Okay, so last part of the demo here, I wanted to show kind of those other fun features that we released. One of those being our Chrome extension. So if you haven't downloaded this, you'll need to go to the Chrome store to download the Chrome extension. You can log into it the same way you log into any of your WeVideo accounts to access the Chrome extension, but we now have background removal on that. So I'm going to go ahead and select my Chrome extension. I know this is not the account that's associated with my Chrome extension, so I'm going to have to, again, I'm just going to log out entirely so I can access this here. Okay, so right away, I've already set this up to have the green screen as my background. But again, our Chrome extension allows dual capture, screen capture, and webcam. So if I wanted to utilize just my webcam, and I wanted to change my background, I could go here to my background. I could have no effect and go back, and now it's just my background that you've been seeing, or I can add those backgrounds in different colors. And so I'm going to go ahead and select my green screen background, and then I can record. I'm going to get the recording. This is always, it's always interesting. Oh, and there looks like there's some lag on my camera. There it goes. Oh, the internet, my internet didn't like that. But now I'm sitting here talking to you all with the green screen and on the webinar, and I'm talking into my webcam with the green screen background. Once I'm done, it's going to ask me a couple of questions, or it's going to let me do a couple of things. I can download this, I can save and share it, or I can open it in WeVideo. So it's going to bring the file into the editor, and then I can remove that green screen background and put any background behind it that I have, either an image or a video, so that I'm now cropped into a piece of media. So if you're using this for reflections for students, or you're using this in your own instructional practice, it's just good to have the ability to use multiple backgrounds. Now I need to log into my account that I have associated with my Chrome extension. But once I do that, I'll be able to edit that clip. And of course, I have so many accounts. I'm just bopping around, like I said at the beginning. So here I am, right? I'm here. Now, if I wanted to, I could, I'm going to bring myself up. I'm going to find a video. Let's say, yeah. So I'm going to swim with these fishes. And then I can double click here, use the keying feature, grab the dropper, grab the color picker, and there we go. Now I am, now I'm there. So just a quick and easy way to remove your background. If you want to utilize green screen, you don't have a green screen, you want to use different colored backgrounds to do whatever it is you do on your webcam, either recording instructional footage or having students do reflections. Now with that Chrome extension, you can do that and remove your background. So really cool new feature that we just released these past few months. So go ahead and try that out. Again, if you don't have the Chrome extension, make sure you download that so to use that in your practice. It's a really, really great tool to use in your practice. So I've got a whole bunch of this. I'm going to just delete these real quick. Easy, super easy to delete projects. Some of my teammates are going to be like, what the heck's Ryan doing? No, they know I'm doing this today. So the other couple things that I wanted to share with you, I'm just going to create a quick project here and show you the freeform rotation and the custom color background. So first, we'll show you the custom color background. So if you navigate into the editor, you head over to the backgrounds tab. The solid backgrounds now that you see here, if you select see all, we've got a number of solid state color backgrounds that when you select into your background color, you now, instead of having just the transform in the animation tab, you have the ability to change the color gradient and be really, really specific about the exact background color that you want to use for the project that you're creating, right? So this is a really cool feature to get, just add a little bit of creativity, add a little bit of customization, add a little bit of flexibility to what you might be using the color backgrounds for. So yeah, I have a couple questions here. David, yes, a recording will be available. It'll be on our YouTube channel, which I'll put in the chat. You can find it on our YouTube channel, but you can also navigate back here to StreamYard after we're done recording, and it will be available to you to view. We'll also send a follow-up email with the link that you can access as well. And then Jessica, yes, the Chrome extension right now is the mobile app. So if you have iPhone or Android, and you go to the Android or the iPhone store, the app stores, you can download the mobile app, and in the mobile app and on the Chrome extension is where you can find background removal. Soon we will, this again, as I said, provides the foundation for us to begin thinking about how we can bring that feature into the full featured editor. So more to come on that. But that's the simple the background color. If I click done, again, we have a whole bunch of these solid colors that you can now, get. You can change the gradient. And then of course, we always have our animated backgrounds as well that you can continue to utilize. No difference in this. Still, you can do all the same editing you did previously with our animated backgrounds. Okay, and then lastly, we have, I'm just going to grab a quick image. I'll just grab this nice image from the rainforest or the forest here. You can freely rotate an image. Before it was you were only able to rotate it 90 degrees. Now we have this rotation bar in which you can take this clip. I don't know why it's showing that clip. Let me click done. I'm going to click into this guy. There we go. Oh, I know why it's doing that. Okay. It's on top. There we go. Okay. Now I have this clip. Now I can rotate it however many degrees that I want. And I can spend a lot of time taking this one clip and frame by frame rotating it so it has that rotation effect where it rotates 360 degrees and transitions, or however I want to add a little bit of creativity to the images or the clips that I'm using. Because you can also do this with a video clip as well. If you choose to use a video clip, let's say this lion, this very regal looking lion, if I select that, I can also rotate this video clip more than 90 degrees. So that is our demo of all the new WeVideo features that we have available to us in our product. And I hope that you found one or two or maybe even three things that you might have not known existed in the product that have been released in the last few months that you're excited about, that you're going to take back to your context and begin using either in your own practice or with your students. And, as always, we continue to innovate the product and release new features every quarter. We'll be doing these what's new, webinars quarterly, so you can always be aware of and check out our new features as we release them. A couple of other things as we close here. Some of you who have been with us and engaging with us on YouTube or in these webinars know that we've been releasing monthly WeVideo creative challenges. This month's challenge is an animated vocab card. So you can head over to our website, which I'll put in the chat, is wevideo.com/creative-challenges and access all of our amazing creative challenges. And again, this month's is the animated vocab card challenge. So it's essentially asking you and your students to create an animated vocab card. Here is a quick example of what this looks like for this month's challenge. So it's just a take on a static flashcard maybe and making it more enhanced. So the act of producing this is going to help load some of these definitions, these terms into their long-term memory better. And there's better, the research shows that activities like this helps with recall on tests and exams. And it's just fun. It's a lot more fun to create a piece of media like this, to learn a vocab word, than it might be to do a flashcard or a simple slides activity. So we're taking that traditional idea of academic vocabulary or creating moments of study and turning it into a fun creative challenge. So you can do this in your classroom very quickly and easily. We have a assignment idea that's associated with our creative challenge in the assignment ideas library. So I encourage you to head over to our creative challenges page and check this out. One other thing about the challenge is we've got a couple of examples. There's also a video to learn how to assign this to your class. And then if you want, you don't have to, but there is a submission form where you can submit your challenge or a student's challenge and be picked as a winner of our monthly challenge and sent some really cool WeVideo swag. We've been doing this since January. Teachers who win and their classes who win get very excited about the prospect of showing off their amazing work, but also getting rewarded for it and getting some cool WeVideo swag shipped to their school, being able to show that off and wear that with pride. So a really cool opportunity to really quickly and easily do a fun video activity that's related to an area of academics you might be focused on. And animated vocab cards are fairly subject agnostic, that you can use them in any core content area to teach academic vocabulary. So it's a really cool creative challenge for this month. Head over there to our creative challenges page and get all of the info you need to complete the challenge. And I'll show you, there's other challenges here as well on our page. And you don't have to, of course, submit. The submission window is closed for the previous challenges, but you can check out how to access all of our other challenges from this page as well. All right, and then one other resource that I had for you today. Oh my gosh. Is our Certified Educator Program. So if you're not aware, we have Certified Educator programs for teachers and students and other educators as well. If you head over to wevideo.com/certifications, you can learn all about how to become WeVideo certified, take a course, earn a badge. This is our pathway to become a WeVideo ambassador. We just admitted our new cohort of WeVideo ambassadors. Some of you who might be out there on the socials might have seen that we've got 7 new fantastic ambassadors, all of which are WeVideo certified educators who love the product, who love to share examples of how they're making an impact on with their students, and how students are making an impact in their classrooms and in their communities, all through the power of video. So head on over to wevideo.com/certifications to get more information on that program. And then lastly, we have a student level 1 course that's going to help students acclimate to the WeVideo program. So if you're teaching students, you can go over to wevideo.com/certifications, find the student course, and have them take a course and earn a badge as well. And then finally, a quick plug for our YouTube show. Stu Jernigan and myself host Quick Tips with WeVideo every Tuesday. So we just had a really fantastic episode with Steph Suko, who's a WeVideo brand ambassador, talking about student podcasting. We release an episode every Tuesday. So if you head over to youtube.com/@WeVideo, youtube.com/@WeVideo, you can subscribe to the YouTube channel and get access and notifications when those new Quick Tips episodes drop. And please check them out. They're really great. We have conversations with just Stu and I. They're funny. They're light. They're always going to show you a tip about how to use the editor. We've had some great guests on recently. And it's just a fun time. And I've had a great time making it with Stu. So hopefully you can head over there and check that out as well. That's going to do it for me today. Thank you all for joining. And I hope again that you found something today that you saw that you're going to use in your practice, that's going to inspire you to create videos with WeVideo. And I hope to see you next time for great WeVideo webinars all about how you can impact students with the power of video. But until then, take care, everyone, and happy creating. Bye now.